Tavern meetings are cool, actually.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to DM Writer's Room, a show where we demystify the DMing process by coming up with monsters, magic items, and adventure hooks. Live today, welcome to the 100 Tavern 100 shot. Our goal here is extremely simple. We have an hour and 22 minutes to do something. What are we going to do? We're going to come up with, or attempt to come up with, 100 tavern plot hooks. This is a Sisyphusian torment of Spencer's design. I don't want to hear shit about me. This is his thing. So if this crashes, which I don't think it will, we're going to pin that on him. Faux show. I have a pencil. I have a sheet of paper. And I fear that it is time for us to get started. Let me just count one thing out really quick.
Michael, what were you going to say while he counts that out?
Yeah, well, you count that out. I want to start, if you guys, because I still got magic on the brain, our hyperfixation. I just,
Yes.
the smallest of bits. If you could take one property of anything and put it into Magic the Gathering, what would it be?
Stormlight Archives.
Stormlight Archives.
Yeah. I fucking knew it.
There.
It's so easy. It's right here. It's right here.
There are rumors. Sando had his picture taken at Wizards Head HQ a little while ago, like at the magic department, and everybody was like, "Hey, what's that about?" Hey, what's up there? I'll make a deck. You'll watch me buy a box of collector boosters. You will watch me go I will open a new credit card.
Yeah.
It's gonna get desperate in a very nasty way. The sheer fucking speed with which I will have the world's most disgusting blue-black Taravangian deck will make your fucking head spin. It will be desperate.
I'm hitting a Dalinar. I'm doing Dalinar all the way. Now second,
Dalinar's green-white. Adolin's red-white.
Dalinar, I'm gonna be so for real. He feels kind of blue to me.
Sorry. Dalinar reformed.
Not the Blackthorn.
Dalinar reformed king, green-white. Dalinar the Blackthorn, blue-black. Dalinar the Bondsmith, blue-white. Easy street.
Yeah.
Wizards, we're open. We have free time.
Because we both said the same one, I'm going to say an alternate, and I want it for a secret layer. And that's Shakespeare. I think a cool Shakespearean-based, like it would just be fun to reflavor some stuff with Shakespearean characters.
Macbeth Traitorous Tyrant, the fucking red-green.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's right there.
Yorick is, like, an undead legendary creature.
And I know some people are like, shouldn't Macbeth be red-black? Lady Macbeth is red-black. Macbeth is red-green.
Yeah.
Get your fucking head on straight. Get it together. Why red? Why not some other color thing? Because Macbeth's killing somebody every 3. He never kills somebody with poison. He's always like, I stabbed him in his bed 9 times. If that's not removal via 12 points of damage to every target on the field, I don't know what is.
Plus,
I don't know what is.
He's Scottish. And I believe that the Scots have quite a high density of redheads. So I think that fits as well.
All right, gentlemen, we are 10 minutes in, and we absolutely fucking have to get started. We have
Michael, say your one pitch, but don't say anything else.
My one pitch? Pokemon.
Okay, fair enough.
Now that's the funniest. Now that's the funniest fucking answer I've ever heard. That would be unfathomably funny. That would be unbelievably
This is my
funny.
Pokemon Magic deck.
They already have a card game Pokemon. Let's make it better.
Final Fantasy has a card game.
It does.
They still did it. We've set a precedent.
Why? All right. Anywho, so we have 100 tavern plot hooks to come up with. Are we trying to come up with each of these collaboratively, or is this a sprint to the finish? They say, you say, I say, where each of us needs to say one until we have reached 100.
I think we can, they say, you say, I say, until we get to something that's really juicy and we can talk it out a little bit.
Okay. Who wants to? Let's roll for initiative. Let's see who has to go first. You don't want to win this fucking roll.
D20, D6.
D20.
D20.
18. Fuck.
10.
5, baby.
No! I'm gonna turn to ash and dust. All right, number
Michael, what did you
one.
10.
Okay, number one. I'm gonna say. Number one, the tavern keeper. I'm trying to think of how to word it. I have it in my head. I have the visual of it. It's the tavern keeper puppet. What I'm imagining is you go in, you look over at the tavern keeper, you order your drinks, and after a little while you realize that the tavern keeper is like turning to people and moving very mechanically, and then somebody casts like True Sight or some shit, and you see that there are little marionette threads extending into nothing. The tavern
Very
keeper
fun.
puppet. Next up, Michael, go.
You see the party for the first time, not at the table, but in the back. Each one shackled, doing dishes. You were paying a debt.
Hey, that's
you couldn't
fun.
pay your for your beer the night before.
Your
somehow.
tab?
Yeah, couldn't pay your tab.
The party meets in a tavern in a town that they've never visited before. And looking around, things start to look a little bit strange as people are eating and drinking foods that they probably shouldn't have access to. You look behind the bar and you see that this is a cannibal tavern.
Newtown Cannibal Tavern, good gravy. Cannibal Tavern, also the Archmage from Oblivion. Somebody out there thinks that joke's fucking hilarious. Cannibal Tavern, I love that guy. All right, up next. You go into the tavern, and the fire of the tavern is an elemental. I'm done. You just walk in the tavern.
Bang.
The fire of the tavern's an elemental. Let's say it's imprisoned. That's a plot hook.
Yeah. It asked for help. Easy.
Fun. The party meets together to formulate their plan. They choose the tavern. Everyone's there besides the barbarian. 10 minutes pass, barbarian's still not there. Finally, you hear the barbarian's voice, but it's really far away as it gets closer and closer and closer, like Doppler. Ah! And he comes crashing through the ceiling.
That's good.
I feel like a dragon's about to show up.
Spencer.
Mine's pretty straightforward. You walk into a tavern and you discover that everybody in the town has been shrunk down to miniature size. Tiny, I suppose, in D&D terms.
Powerful. Absolutely hilarious. The whole tavern's a mimic. Whole tavern's a
You
mimic.
gotta have one of those.
Whole tavern's a mimic. Pass.
Is Mimic Tavern? I'll raise you. Goblin Tavern. Everyone's goblins. You're in Goblin Town, USA.
Hell yeah.
Tavern. Goblins. And I'm gonna put in parentheses, shouldn't be. So that it's not just a tavern in a different town. You walk into a tavern in the middle of a human town with a bunch of posters up that say like Goblin Warband, Bounty, 300 gold. You walk in and there's 85 goblins running a tavern with like human customers inside who are like, "Hey, Greg," and one of the goblins is like, "Hello, Tommy, it's a pleasure to meet you." Yeah, I get it. I see it. I see the vision.
You walk into a tavern and you get your drinks, you're hanging out, and at some point one of you has to get up to go to the privy. That person walks out. They don't come back. The party at a certain point goes, well, let's go find out what's going on. You walk through the door and you find yourself in the tavern, but slightly different. You go through the door again trying to get out. It's slightly different again. And it keeps getting stranger and stranger and stranger every time you walk through the door. You gotta solve the fucking tavern puzzle to get out, baby.
Privy portal hopper. Love it.
Yes.
So good. You walk into the tavern. There is a magician performing card tricks. You walk up to him. He says, "Prithee," shows you a couple of tricks. And then, like, halfway through, he tricks one of the party members into pulling a card out of the deck of many things by,
Huge.
like, folding it into his card trick. You
Huge.
pull a card, and then the fucking GM goes, "Great," and holds out a deck of many things and goes, "Draw the card." And you're like, what?
Okay. Are you guys familiar with Sorcerer's Apprentice or Sorcerer Mickey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Think that, but barkeep or tavern keep. It's such a high level wizard, just in charge of the tavern. He's retired.
We're doing Name of the Wind. We're Name of the Winding. Michael, I know you haven't read it. Ethan, I know you have.
Name of the Wind. You explain what Name of the Wind is. Really
We
quick.
don't have
I don't
time.
know.
Are things going to get really incelly in
So
Arc 2?
much.
Just like Name of the Wind?
That's the real problem with Name of the Wind. Yeah.
But yeah, Wizards very kind. All the chairs move out for you. Everything. The food sings. You feel weird about that.
And I want to be extremely clear about something. The character that Michael is referring to is the beloved character Steamboat Willie. It is Steamboat Willie that he's
Yeah.
referring to, and no one else.
We don't know a guy named Mickey here.
No,
All right, Spencer, go.
You walk into the tavern and the tavern explodes.
Sweet.
You take a huge amount of damage, and now you're in combat.
Love just an instant TPK. I mean, that's really funny stuff. Okay. You walk into a tavern. You go to a town where you are supposed to go do an important mission for many people. You open a door into a tavern on the way to stop and get a drink. You go inside and, fucking Truman Show style, you see a bunch of demons, a bunch of devils with, like, coffee cups at, like, what is clearly a production table. Look around, and the inside of the tavern is, like, blank, like it's not a tavern on the inside, and you immediately become aware of the fact that the entire town is manufactured, and that you have stepped into some kind of devilish game show.
Big Prospect vibes.
Yeah.
You walk into the tavern, everyone orders ale. As you sit at the table, everyone has to make a perception check. Whoever, for those that do make a perception check, right as you're like taking your sip, you see words written inside the cup that says, "Don't drink me." Look, come behind the bar. For those that do, or those that fail, they become instantly stonified.
Ah, terrible petrification. I hope those players don't want to play D&D that night.
I mean, it lasts a little time, a little not time. But that's
1
the
minute.
hook.
We must continue, Spencer, go!
You walk into a tavern, and sitting around a large octagonal table is one person with his cowl up. He beckons you forward. You sit down around the table. He pulls out D20, and he says, "If you would like to play a game, please do." And he rolls you up characters, and now you all have to make a new set of characters for a one-shot that you weren't prepared for instead of the characters you currently have.
Deeply malevolent. I like it very much.
D&D.
You enter a tavern, you all sit down, they specialize in wine, they pour you out some glasses. As you take a sip, everybody immediately sort of spits it out, noticing a strange metallic taste. It's vampire blood, you're all vampires now. You're
Hell
all
yeah.
you're all vampires now. And the rest of the mission is you having to like track down the vampire, the head vamp, so that you can get unpired.
Parties in the tavern. One of you is picking up tab forever, or just grabbing drinks for the whole group. The barkeep is could I have your name for the tab? It's very obviously a fae trying to take your name. They're not good at it.
Pointy ears, skin's the wrong color. I don't think I will give you my name. Okay. You and your party are in a tavern. It is daytime out. But as you look over after a few minutes of drinking, you see that the sun isn't really illuminating through the glass anymore. Fog rolls in. The entire tavern, all of its patrons, you and your party are sent into Barovia, and you have to keep the whole tavern safe. They're part of your responsibility now. You're the only adventurers here. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay. That one actually threw me for a loop. I didn't think that that's where that was going to go. You walk into a tavern. It's on wheels. It's a fucking carriage race. And this is on... You look outside and there's like giant mechanical war horses pulling it, and there's like cannons pointing out the windows. It's not a tavern. It's a fucking race, you idiot. You walked into a race tavern. Please, somebody say something.
I love it. You're entering a tavern. This is the most ritzy tavern ever. Inlaid with gold, is the King's Tavern. You have to, you've been tasked with stopping an assassination.
Simply the plot of an episode of Archer. In a way that I'm very into. Alright.
You and your party walk into a tavern you've never been in before, and everybody knows your name. What the heck?
Is that a fucking Cheers reference?
A bit of a skew on it.
A
bit of a slant.
Deeply funny, though. I mean, I can get into it. Okay. Oh, I had one, too. Okay.
That's the worst part about this challenge. I'm going to cover for you for a minute while you think. That's the worst part about this challenge so far. I've had like 7 that just leave my brain while I'm hearing everybody else's cool bar ideas.
See, I'm thinking all of them like on Ethan's turn. Like, all right, think, got it. Think, I got it.
I'm thinking the whole time, and then I forget because I'm talking.
You walk into a tavern. It is only after you are there for a little while that you notice that all of the cups, all of the plates, all of the decorations on the wall, everything is like extremely fine antiquities and beautiful pieces made of precious metals, and you slowly but surely begin to suspect that the tavern keeper is a dragon in disguise and that you are eating food off of his hoard.
Very fun.
The party walks into the tavern. Everyone has to make a wisdom save. As you hear the bard's music. He is an evil bard, charming everyone.
Love
it. You and your party are the tenders of this tavern. You work here, and you see a group of about 4 to 7 high-level adventurers walk in, and you get caught up in their absolute malarkey bullshit. As, like, goblins attack, and the Lord of Death shows up. It's bad.
Okay. Alright. For sure. That's so... It's good right away. You start in a tavern. I know how to kick things off. That's the benefit. You start in a tavern. Everything is going according to plan. your food, but something goes wrong with the food. Somebody ducks their head into the kitchen, and they discover that the kitchen staff are all perfect duplicates of the bartender. There's like 12 of the bartender in this place. And chaos ensues. That was our 25th. We are 1/4 of the way through.
And I think we're going just as strong as when we started.
I feel good still.
It's okay, guys. We only have 75 more to go.
That's basically 9.
Mm-hmm.
I have to switch writing utensils. My hand was cramping from writing with a pencil.
Nice. All right. The party. Oh, there goes the
Oh,
music.
by the way, for anybody who missed what
He
we're
was sick of
doing,
that.
we're doing some really normal stuff. We're coming up with 100 adventure hooks for starting in a tavern. I would attempt to recap all 25 we have done so far, but no thank you.
Feed read.
But no thanks. Michael, go!
All right, for number 26. The party's in a dungeon, and they come upon a tavern, very confused. They walk in. This is. They walk in. They see the BBEG behind the bar. This is safe zone. This is where you can talk it out a little bit, rest. It's clever. I don't know if I'm using the right word, clemency. It's safe space.
Really funny to think that you just step into like a back rooms, and they're just like, whoa, like, easy.
You and your party are in a tavern, and you're looking around for like bounties. And the bartender says, "If you're looking for something to do, I'll pay you good money if you take care of the rats in my basement."
Classic.
You took the rats, you motherfucker.
Hey, you took rats.
I was saving
rats.
it. No, I didn't do were rats. If there's a were rat adventure you want, you can throw that in there.
You walk into a tavern and you walk up to the were rat tavern keeper and he goes, "Hey there, I've got a problem. I've got some nasty humans in my basement. Could you go take care of them for me?"
There we go.
You're all also were rats. There's a human infestation in the bar. You gotta take care of it.
Huge.
All
Michael
right.
followed that one up.
Yeah, fair. It's not where rats. It's rats where? Question mark.
Yes. It's like Men's Warehouse.
Now that was not a plot hook. That was just
No.
words. That was just
Yeah.
words.
No, that's not my plug. As you're entering the tavern, one by one, as you enter, you notice you don't have you turn into skeleton. You turn into Skelebros. As you walk out, you're normal. It's house turned to skeletons. We don't know why. Everyone's chill. It'd be cool if we knew why.
Then become evil skeletons, I see.
Yeah, no, it's just everyone's skeletons here until they exit and they're normal again.
You're
Nice.
sort of going into a Halloween town.
Yes.
Okay, you go into a tavern and you see a big bubbling cauldron in the back that the barkeep scoops the drink out of to hand to everybody. And you're drinking some sort of grog of substantial whimsy,
No.
but the
Good
rest of the
grog.
town has been drinking it as well. So you have to deal with all the ramifications of that.
Prep for the adventure, roll on the grog table 55 times for every single person
Yeah,
in the bar.
exactly.
I love it. All right. You enter into a bar. The first person to enter takes a shitload of fire damage. As you all scramble in and find safety, you look around to discover that the barkeeper and patrons are all sitting on the tables, climbing the rafters, sitting the bar. The bartender standing on the bar goes, "Wait, be careful! The floor is lava!" There you go. That's mine.
I like it. Oh, I've lost some steam now.
On 31?
I know, it's rough.
I can't believe Spencer kept count. Can I say something? Just to vamp for Michael? I can't believe Spencer kept count that accurately. We are at 31. Michael's
Locked
about to
in.
say 32.
You walk into what you think is a tavern. You open the door, and it's actually a portal to Mechanist, the world of doors.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Mechanist portal. What I love about that is every number of cycles, the great and many modrons of Mechanist spread out across the multiverse, and nobody knows why. So the thought that one of the portals they step through is this fake bar. I love the idea that you're making your way around town, and people are like, I don't think I've ever gone in there. Just every time you ask somebody about the tavern, they're like, there is a tavern across the street from the shoemakers, isn't there? And it's just truly no one has ever noticed the tavern. And the second they walk away from the conversation with you, they kind of forget about the tavern. And you're like, what the fuck? The players think it's some fucking false Hydra bullshit. You open the door and it's just a portal to Mechanus. Deeply funny. A big robot man. A fucking... One of the, like, super Primarchs is like, shut the door.
You walk into a tavern, and one of you orders the mead. They give you the mead. But as this happens, you take 1 psychic damage. And the barkeep points to a big sign in the back that says, ooh, you actually have to follow all the rules, and you didn't say please or thank you. And it's just a list of like 50 rules in the bar that are somehow being enforced via psychic damage. And if you're not following, you're getting hurt.
Okay. The party goes into a tavern. They spend many fun and enjoyable hours there. It's a super good time. They're shooting the shit with like the town hunter, a couple of rangers, the whole crew, bunch of road dogs. You look around and you see that a bunch of them have like on their person like emblems that say like the road dogs. You hang out for a little too long, you realize that the sun has set, the moon comes up in the windows, all of the people in the tavern begin to shift into werewolves. It's a werewolf bar. The road dogs are a crew of werewolves. They attack the party.
Nice. Let's see. Sorry.
You're fine. First idea that comes to mind. We only have like 64 more to go. We're gonna be okay.
We're almost finished.
Before we have a chatter really quick. Thank you, chatter.
Hey.
Please say an idea. Please say an idea.
There to Dean said, hey, how's the stream going? Stream's going good. Ethan, you want to explain what we're doing?
We're coming up with 100 adventure hooks for a tavern. We just did. You walk into a tavern with a bunch of guys named the Road Dogs. It turns out they're all werewolves. Before that, we did. You order a mead. You take a psychic damage. You look up and see there's a list of 50 rules that you need to navigate in order to stay in this place safely. Michael's turn. He's trying to get out of it. He's had plenty of time to think.
Michael made up a chatter, actually, and that's crazy.
Dude,
There's nobody there.
They actually went in there. Zeratidine said, at work around, but I'll pull up with my crew for your next stream. We appreciate it.
Huge. Love it.
We do fun D&D, make stuff up. But I hope work's going well. All right, I have an idea.
We've all been thinking a lot.
I forgot my shit. I forgot the thing.
Oh,
good.
We vamped too long.
Good.
So the idea, everyone goes to the tavern, and we sit down, and the barkeep goes, "Oh, where's Dean? He's always with you guys." Everyone looks around. Who's Dean? This is the false Hydra.
You can't just...
Yeah.
All right. Here's Dean. False Hydra.
Okay.
It's Dean Winchester. The door swings open. It's Sam. What's going on?
Where is he?
See, I used Dean because we had Zeratidine as the chatter.
Deeply funny.
I see. Mine is pretty straightforward. You walk into a tavern and you see just regular people talking to ghosts. And they're like embracing each other.
No fucking shit. No fucking shit. That was my next one, you motherfucker. You piece of shit. All right, keep going.
Half of them are ghosts, half of them are alive. You realize pretty quickly that the living people are talking to their dead, like, loved ones. No big deal, right? Like, cool, weird, but whatever. But the next day, the people that were embracing and talking with their loved ones die. So now you got to get to the bottom of whatever the fuck is going on there.
extremely powerful, deeply fucked up. I swan to John. That was what was in my fucking head. You go, your adventure starts in a tavern, you get some drinks, you get some food, you go to bed, you wake up in the middle of the night to discover a bunch of your equipment is gone. You look around to try to see where it is. You look down at the floorboards just in time to see a small mouse up on its 2 hind legs with a gold piece, like a biscuit in its hands. It looks at you and scurries into the wall. The mice are fucking stealing your shit.
Hell yeah.
Didn't just take the small stuff. I want to be clear. Weapons are gone.
Oh my god, yeah. You walk into the tavern. There's a fortune teller saying free reads. You go, and the DM really does a fortune reading with tarot cards. New adventure is made on the spot based on what the fortune is.
I love that all of it has to really happen.
Mine, you walk into a tavern, again, high-powered former adventurer here, retired, and he tells you a great story about his time as a hero, and he points to a sword that's mounted on the back of the bar, and he's like, and that's actually the sword of, a hell lord. We don't need to get into the specifics. And, if I have to keep my eyes on it, because if I'm ever not here with it, it can disappear like that. And as he says that, an imp jumps up from behind the bar, grabs it, and then disappears through a hell void. Y'all get sucked into hell. And you gotta get that sword. Otherwise, bad shit's gonna happen.
Okay. All right. You enter into a tavern, and you see the tavern keeper in a furious argument with their teenage son, who's talking about how he wants to go off and join the resistance against the evil king. You speak to the boy, hearing some of his plights and that he just wants to join, he doesn't understand why his father can't understand. You run upstairs, you go to bed, you awaken to the smell of smoke, you go downstairs, the tavern keeper and his wife, Schmoen and Schmaroo, burned to ashes. The teen boy runs out. He's alive. You have to take him on a quest. It's definitely not Star Wars.
Of course. That's why it's different names.
Everyone enters into the tavern. They think it's a tavern. It's not. You enter, and it's books. Books for as far as I can see. You walk out to what would be the bar basically, and it's an old woman. She introduces herself as the librarian, saying that you all have been chosen to choose one book from the great library. This library holds all tomes from past, present, future.
Future.
Do we need to ban opening the door to a tavern and it's not a tavern? Do we need to ban it look like a tavern but it's not a tavern because we ran out of tavern ideas?
I think one is allowed. This is the only it's not tavern.
Okay, fair. But yeah, you're allowed to choose one tome of just your choice. It could be helpful, could be stupid. It's what your party wants.
Powerful stuff.
You walk into a tavern and you find the townsfolk speaking in very loud argument, saying that the last lawman in the town was killed by a roving gang of bandits, and they need to find a new one, but nobody's up for the task. And they look at you all as you enter in, and the mayor points at the one with the biggest sword and says, how about you? And he tosses you the sheriff's badge or state of office. And he says, you got to deal with it. And they bounce. You're the sheriff now. You got to deal with the problems in town.
Okay. You enter into a tavern. The moment that you walk in, you watch as 7 of the patrons immediately stand up, their chairs squeaking against the floor. They point at you and say, "Oh my god, it's them! and begin to charge. These are bounty hunters. You've been framed for a crime you didn't commit.
Hell yeah.
You walk into the tavern. It's not a tavern. It's a tavern. You walk into the tavern. As you hear screams and yells and shouts, you look to one man, face just covered with blood from mouth down, pointing at a woman who's being chased. It was her. She turned my meat to blood. Get the witch. As she's screaming,
Ew.
I'm not a witch.
Nice. You and your party are at a tavern. You sit on the bar stools waiting for your drinks, and then the trap door opens, and you fall down into a big ass super dungeon.
Good gravy.
What are we at? What number is that?
Don't worry about it. I'll give you the next major milestone when we get to it. Don't worry about it. Okay. The adventure starts in a tavern.
Yes.
You walk in. The barkeeper pulls you to the side, and he says, "My business can't keep dealing with this. There's over 9 taverns in this place. I need you to burn down the other 8 taverns."
Yeah.
This tavern keeper hires you to destroy all of the other taverns in town so that he can have a monopoly. Yeah, that's it, because I think that's very funny.
Very, very. The party walks into the tavern. It looks normal. Everyone, except for no one's talking, no one's making a sound. Everyone's sitting there just drinking. As you sit down, one by one, each patron stands and stares. And then in unison, everyone says, "All are one, you shall be one, too."
Okay.
Getting bored.
Mm-hmm.
You and your party walk into a tavern, and inside this tavern, excuse me, you see a wall-to-wall board of bounties, leading from level 1 bounties all the way up to level 20 bounties. If you can defeat each of these bounties, you're guaranteed that progression of levels. You're basically Stardew Valleying the city hall or whatever in Stardew Valley here. You do all of them, you help out the town, and now you're level 20. Yippee! And you get a certain amount of gold for each one. It's just all laid out for you.
Just video game style for the combat heads. I forgot that I would have to go at some point.
Sadly, yes.
Okay, you enter into a tavern. You're hanging out there for a little bit while. The tavern keeper says, "Hey, I need your help. Can you just run down to the basement for me? I need you to grab a barrel of ale. I can't pick it up. My help isn't here today." You go, "For sure." You grab you and the barbarian. You run downstairs. You pick up the barrel of ale, and behind it, tears in his eyes, shaking with fear, is the tavern keeper. He puts a finger up to his lip and shushes.
Hell yeah.
Fun. You've been invited to this tavern by the barkeep, with the promise of hint to a hoard of treasure guarded by something, an adventure, if you will. As your party enters, you notice the tavern is filled with people. At every table seems to be a party like yours. You grab the final table as the barkeep stands on the bar and says, "You may be wondering why I've asked you all here. One of these teams will be given the hint of the adventure. The rest shall go home with nothing. You have a competition to see
Battle
which
Royale?
party." It's not quite a battle royale. It'll be like party game, not parties, but a couple pieces of strength, a couple tavern games.
hear me out. It is battle royale. You get to the end, the tavern keeper reveals what the treasure is. It's the treasure of all the other dead assholes that you just murdered. That was number 50, boys.
We're good. Halfway there.
You and your party walk into a tavern. I had it, I forgot it, I had it again, and I forgot it again.
No, bro, the sinuses are filling. It's unlivable in here.
It's real brutal. You and your party walk into a tavern. This is a callback to Michael's previous one.
Huge.
The bartender walks up and he's like exasperated. He says, "Hey, can you take over for me for a minute? I need to run outside." The party says yes. One of you inevitably is going to say yes. He runs outside laughing. You guys are now the owners of this tavern, and that Fey guy got to fucking escape with his life. And now you're in a Fey contract and you're stuck there. You got to deal with being in this tavern.
Hilarious. You can't leave. You go to open the doors,
You
and
can't
every time
leave.
you step out, you're stepping back inside. You have to
Right in
trick
there. You
somebody
took
else
over.
into fucking trying to take over the... But everyone in town is like, nope.
They know.
Fuck
No.
We're
But they
not
still go
doing
for the
this.
drinks.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. Okay. Tender runs out. You can't leave. Okay. You enter into a tavern. Okay, I've got it. You go into the tavern. You're sitting down for the entire night. You're having a great time. You're schmoozing. You're boozing. You're having a great... The prices are great. The people friendly. The atmosphere good. You notice that the bartender is huge. He's like 6'9", but a human, and seems still to like kind of be slouching, maybe hiding his true height. You notice that at one of the other tables, there's like 10 patrons who won't stop just staring at the tavern keeper. You make your way all through the night. Eventually they leave, quietly whispering among themselves. You go up to your room upstairs. You hear a knock at the door. The tavern keeper walks in, sits down in a chair across from you all. You hear the chair creak under his weight, and he goes, "I have something I have to tell you, because you seem like good folks." He takes off a ring of glamour. He's Bigfoot. They've fucking found me. It's Bigfoot, and you gotta save Bigfoot.
Hell yeah.
You walk in the tavern. It's everything not small, everything large, everything big. You walked in the Giant's Tavern.
Yeah.
The tavern keep ushers you over. Yes, thank you for coming. I have a job for only the little folk. We need you to we need you to sneak into the giant capital, sneak into the king's quarter.
Not reverse the Hobbit. Not reverse the Hobbit.
Mm.
Not the exact 180 opposite of the Hobbit. It's too good.
Yes.
You and your party break into a tavern after close, and as you do, you see that the tavern keeper is slumped, like standing up perfectly, but head slumped forward. Tavern keeper's a robot. You gotta figure out that shit. Good luck.
Extremely good. I like it very much. You arrive at a new town. You say you're looking for a tavern. Everybody says there's a great place. You got to check it out, but just don't be weird about it. You never know what they're talking about. You make your way to where they say it is. You're looking around. You don't see the building. Eventually, you hear a small voice go,
"Hi, it's down here."
You look down, you see an anthill. There's an ant outside holding up an incredibly tiny potion vial for you to drink to get small. What's the adventure hook? Welcome to Tiny Town. There's an anthill here that's secretly a very cool bar. Welcome to Tiny Town. You have to help them defend it from aphids and stuff.
It is the biggest night of the year. You are in probably the largest tavern ever. Is the final night of Zorvental. The champion has been named. The champion is in your tavern. It's a great honor. The party's immense. Midnight strikes and the champion falls dead. It's a mystery. You now have to figure out who here killed the champion of Zorvental.
Not and then there was none. Right? Huge.
You and your party walk into a tavern, and you are maybe thirstier than you've ever been in your life. One of you is just so parched. And you walk up and you're like, I'll give you a whole silver for a cup of mead right now. The bartender says, we can't accept that here. We don't take that here. And the party says, what? I'm so thirsty, please. I'll do a gold. And he says, we don't take that here either, bozo. We only take these. And he holds up like some sort of shilling. And you're like, what the fuck? What's that? And he says, that's all anybody in the town takes.
He holds up
if
a dollar bill.
You want to get served here. He holds up $1 bill. You want to get served here, you got to do some stuff around the town and get paid the right kind of money.
Not like a hyper local currency is genuinely extremely funny.
See the party dog walking.
Preferably like slaying a monster or something. Or getting to the bottom of where this hyper local shilling currency comes from.
You find some guy who's
you
find some guy who's like, listen, gold comes and goes, but the blockchain is forever.
Yeah, Bitcoin.
You make your way into a tavern. This takes place in a world with a trickster god named Shindo the Green. You make your way into a tavern. You're looking around. You, of course, know all of the great tales of Shindo the Green. You are drinking and schmoozing and carousing with a guy who says that he has a bet for you that he can beat you in a contest of skill. You go... For sure, you definitely can. I'll take that bet. Immediately, you are enswirled in a vapor. Turns out that guy was Shindo the Green. As everything comes to a clearing, you are in a beautiful green, just gorgeous field underneath a beautiful long canopy tent. A guy with piercing blue eyes and gray hair walks out. It's Great Fantasy Bake Off. You have to go through a series of baking challenges and beat Shindo the Green. If you don't, you are imprisoned forever in the tent and have to be one of the funny hosts for the rest of time. You look over, see one of the funny hosts, look at you, smile, and turn to dust flowing into the wind. He's been there for hundreds of years, providing witty repartee back and forth.
So good.
It is the coldest night of the year.
Yes.
Snow, as far as I can see, wind whipping. You see a light in the distance. Green, white, red, blue. It's all just dazzling lights blinking on and off as you enter the tavern. You see a lot of small elves at the bar. A hulking man in red, white beard.
No, I was gonna do a Santa Claus bit.
Fuck. You deserve this. You did this to me.
He is the only one that looks of sorrow. Facing a cup of milk.
There's no way I'll get the presents out on time.
Sadder than this. You what has you down, friend? I can't do this anymore.
No, you're Santa
Wow.
Claus.
No,
The Santa Claus?
The Santa Claus. I can't do this anymore. The joy is gone. The people don't deserve this. I feel as though Christmas, or I don't know, what's the equivalent of
Jesus,
Christmas?
Michael, you're really making a meal out of this. Is it the year
say
without a Santa
Christmas.
Claus, or does he die? Just fucking pick one.
You're without Santa Claus. You have to show Santa Claus the best night of his life. That Christmas is not dead. That there's still joy in the world.
Carousing with Santa.
A
Sick.
reason to give gifts.
Okay, here's mine. You walk into a tavern, fireplace going crazy. It's so warm. All of a sudden you hear falling through the fireplace, bursting out is a big man in a big red suit. And he says, oh, where am I? And you have to help Santa Claus get back to Earth. He's not supposed to be in the Forgotten Realms. He's not one of their IPs. So yeah, you got to solve his mystery of how he ended up here and get him out.
Okay, slip through a crack. I think that's pretty funny. I can get into it. I can get into it. Okay. You enter into a magical tavern. and you see that there is a wizard in the corner. The wizard is conjuring incredible skills, and you see he's sort of doing it, and sort of like ShamWow guy style, trying to sell the crowd a bunch of bullshit. You make your way over, and you discover that what has this wizard done? Well, he has invented the newest and the semiconductor of the fantasy world. He has managed to microtize scroll management. He has managed to make scrolls so small and easy to carry that they can be kept in your pocket like a deck of cards. He pulls out a deck of Tragic the Gathering cards that you can purchase for a reasonable fee. There's only one problem. None of them do what he says they are going to do, because they follow an exhaustive list of over 600 rules that are nearly impossible to keep straight in your head, doing weird interruption actions and strange things. You spend all kinds of money on these Tragic the Gathering cards, and now you need to track that asshole down and have him teach you how the fuck to use them, because he didn't explain them at all before he gave them to you.
Your party's in the tavern, as it's a grand time, as somebody charges through the doors, yelling, blood pulling at their feet. They collapse, and all they say is, "Kobolds!" You're in Prospect, and there's a horde of kobolds in ossuary on the way.
Kobolds! Love
it. You and your party are in a tavern, and
I know, I just lost my fucking idea.
So did I. That's why I'm vamping by saying it really slowly. Fuck. I've been looking around my room to get ideas, so I assume if I look around my room, I might find it again, but I'm not finding it.
Uh-oh.
You and your party are in a tavern, and the barkeep gives you a drink, gives each of you one drink. You each take a drink, and you fall unconscious. You wake up, and you are in a new town, surrounded by people who don't speak the same language as any of you, and you need to figure out where you are and how to get back. But none of you have any idea. You were probably thousands of miles away. I didn't remember my original, so I'm going to write it down now.
Okay. You enter into a tavern. For sure, I know that's how we kick things off. I've got that in the
Maybe
fucking
we're
roster.
already in a tavern.
I want to
Who
say
knows?
something. I want to honor a choice that a viewer made. One of our viewers heard the words Tragic the Gathering and closed the video. And I just want to say, man, I get it. I respect your choice. That's a man that knows their principles. They went too far and just fucking dipped. They went hack and left. I can get into it. I really can. Okay. You enter into a tavern. You sit down to... Fuck, guys, I got nothing. It's blank. It's empty. There's nothing in there. The hopper is not full. It is instead deeply and profoundly empty. I got it. It's a classic. You walk into a tavern. You saw outside that it was the Scabbard's Rest. You go, why is it called the Scabbard's Rest? You make your way inside. You go to grab a drink. The barbarian in your party is staring into a corner of the room. Mouth completely wide open agape. You look, following his vision. What do you see? You see a fucking great sword in a stone, King Arthur style. Yeah. The bartender cleaning a glass goes, "You can take a try if you like." That's it. I'm done.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Your party's been tasked to try and find out why this town's been abandoned. You look and look, and there is no one in this town. You finally come to the center of the town, and there's one light on in the tavern. You enter the tavern, and there's a giant mural behind. You go to it, and you swear you can see something move in the picture, in the mural. As one of your party members touches it, they're sucked into the mural, brought to You both might know the term painted world.
It's a fucking isekai.
You're sucked into a painted world. The painted world is a tavern. It's a painted tavern, and you see a mix of painted people and townsfolk.
It's crazy that we could afford this Paper Mario sponsorship. By the way, I can't believe that.
We don't say Paper Mario. We say Paper Lario.
Clear, careful. I was about to say they've used up a couple of those.
Yes. As you try and find out what's going on, everyone just keeps on warning: do not leave the tavern, whatever you do. There are beasts that have killed before and will kill again.
Yep.
You and your party walk into a tavern and you say, I'm going to get an ale. And you pull out a couple of copper pieces, which is all it takes to get an ale, obviously. And the bartender says, oh, whoa, not nearly enough money, pal. That's going to be 50 gold pieces. You look around the bar and you see people in just incredible finery throwing gold around, betting tens of thousands of pieces of gold on a simple hand of blackjack. And you go, what's going on here? And the barkeep says, oh, you haven't heard? We found a big reservoir of money down the ways. They stumbled onto a dragon's hoard and they didn't realize it. So you're going to have to deal with that dragon.
Extremely powerful. I can get into it. Okay. You open the door to a tavern of sorts. All right, wait a second.
It has to be.
Wait a second. I got. There's got to be something. There's got to be something rattling around up there. Boys, we are running low. The stocks are down there. The thing is, I'm coming up with a bunch of ideas for fun taverns, but a fun tavern is not intrinsically an adventure hook. I can't just say a fun thing and be like, and there's the adventure. Because like the sword and the stone, yeah, you have to try to get the sword and the stone. You have to learn about the sword and the stone. There's options. But like the one I just thought of was it's a bar and all of the people tending bar and everything are a bunch of zombies and there's taxidermied heads on the walls that are talking. And it turns out the bartender's a necromancer. That's not an adventure hook. That's just a bar. That's a fucking Dave and Buster's. Like that's just a theme.
Here's the thing. The easiest solution is the same thing with the elemental. One of the heads on the wall leans over and says, please help. You have to get us out of here. And they lean back and they're like, welcome to the undead bar, blah, blah, blah. They're doing their little theme song or whatever, but clearly they're in.
All right, I'm putting down as our first group one because I had to get the assist, so I will have to do another one after this. Group Necromancer, theme bar. Help us. I think that's really, really good. I think that's really, really good. Okay, you go into you're visiting from out of town. You go into a bar, you go into a tavern, you say, hey, I need a room for the night. The tavern keeper goes, can't. No rooms. There's no rooms. I'm so sorry. There's no rooms at all. You sit down and you watch two of the people that were drinking who seem like they're locals go up and say something to the bartender. He hands them a room key and they go upstairs. Looking a little bit puzzled, you discover over the course of the night that this tavern is exclusively being stayed at by locals to the town. And you need to figure out why. Like, no people with houses are all staying here, and none of the people from outside of the town are allowed to stay.
I'm just looking up a couple names really quick. There we go. Your party walks into the tavern, and you see a rather striking man behind the bar, and you swear you've seen him before. It's a picture of him, something. He looks familiar. As you drink, you hear a crash, lightning, or the sound of a hammer hitting anvil, something, as a rather large man enters the bar. Fear and shock across his face, and he looks to the man at the bar. Where's the name? He goes, Phoenix, is that you?
Phoenix? From Magic the
And-
Gathering?
From Theros, but yes.
Yeah, Magic.
As Phoenix goes,
Purphoros.
Purphoros, thank you. So Purphoros, you fallen too. I got, welcome. If you want to come in the back, Helium's back there too.
Perfect.
The gods are falling.
The gods
and they
falling.
don't know why.
You discover that you're in New Theros. All the gods are just chill. I like how Michael's thing was fucking wait. What is it? It's Therosi American gods.
Yeah, true.
Deeply powerful. Spencer, go.
You are in a tavern. One of your
What?
players has to speak a language that the others don't speak. This could be celestial, this could be infernal, this could be deep speech. Any of these would work. It would just change where the adventure goes. In the tavern, the one that speaks this different language is looking at the bar and takes a closer look, and they see that there's scratchings across the entire thing that just look like engravings to the common man, but they realize that it's celestial or infernal or deep speech, and as they read it, they realize that it's directions to find a treasure of whatever that place would be. So it could be like, the sword of one of the gods, or it could be the key to one of the hells, etc. So you realize that this is a map, so you have to figure out how the barkeep got this, the history of the location, and then go to that place and get the item.
Powerful stuff. You and your party arrive at a bar, arrive at a tavern, you get a room for the night, and you have the most perfect, wonderful, beautiful night of sleep you have ever had in your life. The bed, perfect. The temperature, perfect. The drink, the food, everything perfect. It's unbelievable. It's the night of your life. You wake up the next morning, you head out, you go on your adventures, you feel invigorated, restored, renewed. You have oodles of temporary hit points. You have like an extra spell slot. You go back that night, the tavern's not there. There's just an empty space where the building was. You try to sleep somewhere else. You can't fall asleep because you aren't comfortable enough. You've fallen for the trap of Griselda Night Haunt, Night Hag Extraordinaire, and you have to track down her wandering tavern.
That's really good.
This is my best one in ages.
I love
That's
it.
really
I want
good.
everybody to know that in the chronology, that came after the one, which is it's a tavern you can't stay at. That was one of my brilliant ideas, and then that one came unkempt into my mind shortly thereafter. Hey, what the fuck? All right, Michael, go.
You just gotta sift through it a little bit. The party walks into a tavern as you hear the barkeep say, jokingly, a cleric, a barbarian, and a wizard walk into a bar. They all say "ow" as all three of you hit a bar, walking into the bar. The bar lined with people laugh, but they don't. It doesn't look like they're happy to be laughing. It almost looks like it hurts.
They got
You
stuck in a
find
sitcom.
you find out that the barkeep is a trickster god, casting command and Tasha's hideous laughter, forcing people into bad jokes.
Huge.
Yes.
You and your party you are in a tavern, and you feel it like rocking back and forth. The door kicks open, and you see a man in a big tricorn hat and a big coat, and there's a parrot on his shoulder, and he says, "Avast, mateys!" And you are on a pirate ship that has a bar on it, and you hear cannon fire beside this tavern. You're getting attacked by different pirates, and you gotta fight the pirates.
I love that. You're on a coastal town. You go into a tavern. You're like, it feels like the floor is moving, and then you begin to hear creaking. The bar. You walked into a ship that was parked, and it's pulling away. It's really funny. You walk into a tavern. You are sitting there enjoying yourself, having a good time. You take a drink. Some guy bumps into your shoulder. You turn to look at him, and he says something, and then you notice that he's like wild-eyed, his pupils dilated, he looks terrified, he's sweating. You say something back like, hey man, watch where you're going, or are you all right? He, almost shaking, looks at you and just quietly says, that's not your line. And that's it. That's what it is. He just says, that's not your line. You look around and realize that everybody else around you is also sweating bullets. It's a hook. I don't have to do all the fucking work for you.
Yeah, it's perfect. I love it. Now I'm just trying to think of something is all. Oh god. Cass, what number we're at?
We only have 17 minutes to go. I'll tell you when we hit a milestone.
Okay.
I think we're like one revolution away from a good number.
From a good bit. Here.
I dropped my pen.
Sorry.
You and your party walk into a tavern. One of you drops their pen. Next.
It falls into the ground, lightsaber style. You're done.
I'm having trouble here, boys. Give me a minute. We already did.
I'll give you 17 of them.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep on thinking little things, and it's like, nope, we did that.
Yeah.
We're at the point where
You can do a different texture of something similar. We had 2 Santa Clauses.
I did Santa twice.
We did do Santa twice. All right, you walk. Sorry, it's not even you walk. You swim. You swim into the tavern, grasping for air. As you find the maze of the bar. The barkeep already knows what you're looking for. You're looking for that sweet, sweet oxygen. This is the one safe space as you're trying to escape the merfolk's territory, but you can't quite get far enough without running out of oxygen.
So it's an underwater tavern.
It is an underwater tavern.
Congratulations, everybody. That was number 75.
Woo! We're almost finished. Okay, mine. You and your party walk into a bar. As you sit down at the bar, the wall behind the barkeep is all glass, which sort of stands out because glass is really expensive at this point in the world. So you all look at it, you see your reflections, and when you go back down to take a drink, you realize that there's nothing in the glass. But you look back up at your reflection, and the reflection of you is drinking from the cup. And you aren't. You stop, and you're looking. Then you look around. You've been sent into the mirror dimension, and if you don't find your way out soon, your mirror self, your regular self out in the real world, is just going to keep drinking until they die of alcohol poisoning. So you gotta fucking.
You can feel yourself getting drunker and drunker and drunker.
And you're like, oh no.
Deeply funny. You enter a tavern, you look over, and you see something very confusing. You watch as 2 cockroaches drag a third cockroach, drag it by 2 of its little legs as it scrambles trying to get away from them into a hole in the bar. You get your head down on the ground and close one eye, and you peek underneath. What is it that you see? I'm glad you asked. You see a full court tribunal with a cockroach at the front with a small gavel, and you discover there's a full court that is trying one of these tiny cockroaches. The one with their eye up here is incredibly small in common. A cockroach giving an avid, dogged 12 Angry Men style petition for the fact that he didn't do it. And you got to decide if you're going to get involved. An innocent man might be killed. Who can say? An innocent roach even.
All right. Your party is already in a tavern. Sitting
already there. In media res.
They're already in there, sitting at the table. Everyone's, and then the rogue goes, all right, time number 14. You are all in a loop, groundhog style, trying to save everyone in this tavern. Everyone keeps on dying one by one in different ways. You've tried a few ways.
Sorry, the fact that Groundhog's Day is a roguelite?
It 100% is.
Huh. Never thought of that.
You're trying to figure out how to save everyone in this tavern before their untimely demise. Everyone keeps on dying in different ways based on what you do. So, figure it out.
I love that. Roguelike Groundhog's Day, save the town, powerful stuff.
You all walk into a tavern. It's Friday night, whatever that is in D&D. I don't know the days of the week. So it should be bumping in here. You walk in, the candles are all lit, and it's completely empty. There's nothing. There's not like anything there. The bottles are gone. The chairs are gone. Emptied out. You look, and all you see is a bit of slime on the ground. They all got by one of those roving slimes that kill everybody. So now you got to go find that slime, and maybe you can save some of the people before they're fully devoured.
Okay. Slime crunched with a sort of time element, which is one of the characters. You say, roll an Arcana check. If they roll high enough, you realize if it ate this much material at once, it's going to slow down its digestion. You might be able to save some people if you leave now. They run out the street. Who's that in the street? It's the road dogs, the werewolves from the other tavern. They're here to help. They get on motorcycles. All right. It's my turn, and I used up good thinking juice on that road dog spit. God damn it, no! I can't stop trying to think of Magic the Gathering puns and pun accessories, none of which are even remotely helpful or good in any way, shape, or form. You and your party start in a... let me think about it. Let's start in a tavern. Just for fun. Let's start in a tavern just for fun. Okay, let me think about what this is actually. You go to the far north. It is a cold and biting place. Not quite like Arctic. I'm thinking, like upstate New York. It's pretty fucking cold, especially when you're out of season. You sit down at a tavern, and you see that one of the tables has you're on like the edge of charted territory, and you see that there is a map that has been carved with a knife into the top of the table. The bartender walks up and goes, "Oh, that old thing? Well, many years ago now, there was a group of adventurers who headed down south, but before they left, they put all their maps of the region together, and they carved it into that there table. Never could quite figure out what it meant, though." And as you study and look, you discover that it is a fucking hexcrawl map with the notes, basically, for a campaign that happened many years ago. And you need to try to follow their footsteps to decipher what they found, adventuring into the uncharted north. Is that anything?
That's big.
I felt really good about that, and you guys had a really tepid reaction, and I don't know how I feel.
I'm thinking of my own. I'm thinking of my own now.
Yeah, same. I'm trying. All right, how can I word this? How can I mold this?
I'm just saying.
Right.
It's that's the toughest thing about this is there's no positive feedback juice left because we're all just like, you open the door and the doorknob bites you. Like we're just.
Write that down. That's another one.
Write that down.
There's two doors. One always lies.
I can tell because we have started to peak our audio in a very real way. All right, Michael, go.
Yes. You walk into the tavern. It is empty. Someone tries to speak, and you find out that there is a silence. Big area.
Silence.
Is it just silence?
Silence.
Big area. Awesome. You are in silence. You find on the tavern. Let's play a game. Before anyone tries to speak again, everyone is allowed one sentence per puzzle to get out. There's 6 puzzles. If you fail, people take damage.
Okay. That made my eye twitch.
Your players are playing charades trying to get through this.
Oh my god. I love how many of these I would announce and Spencer would go fucking Barry leaves.
playing
What
this
Barry leaves. What Barry turns
Okay,
around. He
get
goes
out
to
of
the
there.
other bar. This sucks.
He's locked. You can't get out.
You don't want to do the puzzles? But I burned the tavern down.
Barry kills himself. He's not doing it.
He falls on his sword. He has no choice.
This one's called King Lookalike. You and your party have been adventuring together previously. Maybe you were all part of a war band. I don't know. But the important thing is, you weren't in this country while you were doing it. You show up to this country post-war or adventure, whatever, and you walk into a tavern. A bunch of people are looking over at one of your players. You can pick whoever's deepest into roleplay.
Mm-hmm.
They keep staring at him like, something's interesting about that guy. But you guys are like, what the fuck is their problem? You guys drink a few, and then as you stumble out of the tavern at the end of the night, a group of like 15 guys with black sacks throw it over the top of that guy's head, and they try and take him away. And if you interfere, they're going to just fight you and knock you unconscious, bring you with them, because that character looks like the king. So they're just trying to get a bounty on the king, but he's not. He's not related at all. He's just a lookalike.
Okay. I have a dark one. I have a morbid one that I like.
All good.
You are one member of a company of knights resplendent in your plated mail. The entire party plays either like fighters or paladins. You all have to be in that like narrow band that can justifiably be here in like these illustrious plate armor. You are on a long voyage home from a battlefield, walking down winding roads. You stop in a tavern because you just can't, at this point, keep going. And you are in a truly, like, destitute, war-torn area where you know that, like, most of the men of fighting age died. At this point, everybody's, like, strapped for food and cash. And you all sit there eating and drinking as it slowly dawns on you all that the four of you are in this desperate, destitute town, alone, wearing plate armor. You begin to look around and begin to see people like whispering and talking to one another. You watch as one of the customers reaches out onto the table and slowly slides a silver knife that looks like it could just slide between the eye slit of a plate mail helmet under his sleeve. And a bunch of them start to leave out of the opposite doors, and you realize your journey home might not be as smooth as you thought. And you have to try to find your way home. And it's sad. You don't feel like, I like that because you don't feel like you can just butcher the sad locals for trying to save the town with the 13,000 gold worth of armor that you're wearing. So that's my pitch.
Yeah, dark but good. All right, a little bit of a more lighthearted one.
What?
You find you find yourself in the 10 towns, Goodmead to be specific. Goodmead is very very specific. You enter the tavern named the T-Rex's head. You walk in, and there's dinosaurs all over the place. They're kind of chill though. And you go to the bar and one of them speaks.
Why did you set that? This didn't need to be set in the 10 towns.
because the 10 towns Goodmead is known for its dinosaurs.
Of course.
Yeah.
Huge.
I'm just going on the lookout.
Chill dinosaurs.
It's known for its dinosaurs. You find out. You talk to the tavern keep, who is the dinosaur, and he says, "Yeah, we got a kid here who apparently is a wizard. He likes dinosaurs. He's polymorphing everyone into dinosaurs."
You've got a child prodigy wizard polymorphing dinos.
Yep.
Okay, mine is one of your characters has been keeping a secret from the rest of the party and everybody else, and it's that they are of a noble background. You guys come through this town. This character was really fighting you, not wanting to go here, but there's really no other way to get through to where you're going. The wheel fell off of your carriage or whatever. So you go into the town, you stop at the tavern to get a room for the night. This character's got their hood up the entire time, trying to hide out. And at some point, they will be recognized as being the missing scion of a very important house here. Hijinks ensue. Their family shows up begging them to come home. And they say, there's a problem at the manor house. We don't know what's going on, but every couple of weeks, one of our help disappears. So finally that person gets roped back into their noble background, and you got to help them figure out their problem with their house.
Huge. The party arrives in a tavern. They sit down and they begin to see pale red light, the color of blood flowing in through the windows. They step outside, peering up, looking through spaced curtains, and they watch as the sun shatters in the sky into uncounted fragments. A serpent the size of ocean sails through the skies. You hand out blank character sheets for the game Morkborg, and you are playing through the apocalypse. You have a small icon of safety in this tavern on the outskirts of a world consumed by the end of all things. You're playing Morkborg now.
Gotta make that number 1. Roll a 1 on the D100, you're Morkborg.
I like that. You know, anytime play a game where one of the rules is anytime anybody rolls a 1 on a D100, the world ends, we switch to Morkborg.
You be the same characters, but you're in a different world.
Honestly, it would be very funny to be like, roll 1 D1000 at the start of every adventure. If you ever roll a 1, the world ends and we play Morkborg for the rest of the campaign. Would be a hilarious concept for a campaign. Because it might never happen.
Fun.
You're just always like, okay, we're good.
I think you could make that a home rule with any game you're playing. It doesn't have to be D. You could be playing Magic the Gathering. All right.
Roll up Morkborg. Roll up Morkborg. You're Sidar Jabari in the world of Morkborg. We're about to run out of time. We are pretty close.
Okay.
Michael, what's yours?
Your party has been hired to work for a tavern. It, again, is in 10 towns. You walk up to the tavern. For some reason, it's made out of a mech. It's our mech tavern that we made in the 10 towns.
Of course, the Mexicantina.
Yes. You're making ludicrous money. You don't know why the owners have this and why you're making so much money, but you're okay with it.
Hell yeah.
I like how that
I like that
adventure
because
is
we made
live
it
a satisfied life.
Yeah. Okay, mine. You walk into a tavern. You've never been in this town before, of course. And the only people in the tavern are a group of like 15 to 20 kids who are all crying. They're aged like 1 through 12. The older ones are trying to take care of the younger ones. But as adults come into the room, they swarm you, all of them shouting at the same time, trying to get information out. And finally, you figure out that all of their parents went missing last night, and they don't know where they are.
I thought it was going to be that the parents were the kids and the kids were the parents, and that they had gotten body swapped. And so the little kids, not knowing what to do, just shoved all the parent babies into one room. And we're like, this will be fine. This will be fine. All right, I like that. You arrive at a tavern, and you arrive at a tavern called the Pup's Rest. You make your way inside. The tavern keeper's been calling for is like looking around, and you hear him like calling for a dog outside, and goes like, "Where'd that pup go?" You're sitting around, everybody's having a good time. Suddenly, the door bursts open, shattering into splinters. Immediately, one of the entire tables of people decimated. It's a massive hellhound covered with fire and brimstone. It eats, destroys, annihilates them, tearing them to pieces. The barkeep goes, "Oh my God! Somebody do something!" You fight this hellhound. When you strike it down, it retches up a little black, like volcanic stone and turns back unharmed into the barkeeper's dog. And there's this little stone that is still crackling with demonic fire on the ground, and you must investigate.
You walk into the bar, or into the tavern. And see everyone drinking glasses of red, and Everyone has fangs. Everyone's a pale color. This is a vampire tavern, but the doorman to the tavern walks. Oh, sorry, folks. Had to use the John. And he looks at you. How did you all get in? Humans.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, you're fucked.
You're the monster.
I think it's really. By the way, I do
am
really
Legend.
want to honor the joke that they know you're a human because you came in without being invited in is extremely funny.
Yeah.
Glad that came across.
There's a myth that if you get drunk at this tavern, you will be visited by the Black Dog. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Yeah.
It's like a trucker mythos. The Black Dog will appear. And if you can catch the Black Dog, you get one wish granted. But if you don't catch it, you die shortly after. So you and your party, of course, are going to try and get drunk and catch that goddamn dog.
I love that. You make your way into a tavern. You're having a wonderful night. You meet a boisterous, rowdy knight, not in armor. Spree with the money, good with the kids, just a perfect down-home fella. You learn that this knight is from this area and made their way into aristocracy by being the greatest lancer in the king's army. Over the course of the evening, you're carousing, you're having a good time, but oh no, in your roughhousing, the knight falls, takes a bad tumble, terribly twists their ankle. They say, it's twisted. One of you's gonna have to wear my armor and enter the bout. You show up at the bout the next day this isn't a big deal. The fighter will just do it. You turn the corner. What's that? It's his mount. It's a fucking griffin. It's skylancing.
Oh,
Skylancing.
You go to a tavern with rumors that this is the best mead ever made. You get to the tavern, it's run down. It almost looks like it's just a tent. And as you walk in, there's a few patrons, not many. Most patrons are kind of teary-eyed while drinking the mead. A little teary-eyed, partially happy, partially sad. You don't know why. Everyone has some mead, this greatest mead ever, and it is amazing, best ever. And best thing is, it's free. As you drink it, you feel something weird happen in your body. Everyone is now cursed. This mead is best. It is also cursed mead.
Dream pies, of course.
Hmm.
You walk into a town and you ask the first person you see, "Hey, where can we get a good drink around here?" And they say, "Well, you've got two options. You've got the gold coin. It's right over there." And they said, "Or you've got the copper dragon. It's right over there." And you say, "Well, what's the difference?" And they say, "Gold coin, way too expensive. Honestly, only richies go there. You should go to the copper dragon. It's pretty cool." You go to the Copper Dragon, you walk in, and you order your drinks. It actually is a cool place. Bartender's super nice. The people here are pretty down to earth and chill. Music is nice in the background. But then the door opens. The music stops. The voice is quiet to nothing. As you see a man in a top hat with a golden coin, brooch on his chest. He walks in and he says, "Well, well, well, if it isn't the owner of the Copper Dragon. Or should I say, former owner." And he pulls out a deed to this establishment, and he's purchased it. And he says, "I know it doesn't go into effect quite yet, but soon enough, this will be mine." And you find out that this is sort of an 80s villain situation, and the gold coin is buying out the competition. And you're going to lose this cool bar, and they're only going to have a rich place to go to from now on.
Love it.
You got to figure that out.
It's perfect. You enter into a tavern and discover, as you're making your way through the town, on the way to the tavern, you notice that this town is mostly older folks. The youngest person you see seems to be in their late 50s. You're a little bit puzzled. You stop down in the bar expecting to see young people carousing and arousing, having a good time after a long day of work, and everybody here is quite old as well. How mysterious, how strange. You begin to take a sip of your drink, and you begin to notice that the bar patrons, each of them, have been making close eyes at each member of your party. You hearing them sort of whisper to each other and look. You think that maybe it's just because you're the new kids in town. As you begin to take your drinks, you all find yourselves getting strangely sleepy. Just in time to watch the oldest person at the bar, a man who looks to be at least 110, wrinkled beyond belief, who begins to, as you begin to nod off, go,
Oh, good, they're nodding off. Dibs on the one with red hair. I haven't tried that yet.
they run their way over. It's a body snatchers. They're here to take your bodies. The old people steal bodies. We're so close. We're just like 2 more rounds. We're so close.
Fantastic. Like Spencer's last one, we go to a town with 2 bars, literally next, not next to each other, but like facing each other.
2 bars alike, and
They both look pretty similar. One might be a little bit more rustic. One might be a little bit more hoity-toity. Not by much. But it doesn't matter which one you go to. The party enters, and they have a good time. Towards the end of the night, you see a young dragonborn trying to escape through an upper window. At the same time, a young human girl is exiting the other tavern through a window. As you see, both tavern keepers see this happening at the same time. As the Dragonborn and human run off, both no son of mine shall be with. I shall be with a.
it is 2 taverns alike in dignity. What the fuck?
It's Romeo and
Oh,
Juliet.
honestly, Romeo and Juliet.
That's what I was
That's 2
referencing.
taverns alike in dignity. Yeah, that's the.
That's the opening
start of-
line.
That's the
Oh, is it?
yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
funny.
It's Romeo and Juliet.
I love that.
Very fun. Honestly, one of my favorites yet. You and your party walk into a bar. It grows legs and starts running away. You're in Baba Lasaga's hut, baby. You gotta kill Baba Lasaga.
That one I really like. I like the bar just thunk thunk thunk, and like you're making
Whoa.
checks every round as you have to be in this bar that's running away. Chicken legs, powerful stuff, powerful stuff. Okay, chicken legs bar. Chicken legs Babo is what I'm gonna have to write so that I try to remember. Hey, what's up? It's old chicken legs Babo, as they say. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I got a weird one. You're in a
Go
bar.
for it.
The party's in a tavern. This is like a one shot. The party's in a tavern, and you describe the party as being very simple. Their clothes all very plain, their hair all roughly the same color, their eyes all roughly the same color. They have no great distinguishing features. As you look around, the bar seems almost like barely rendered or something. It's like a little bit hazy. There's not a lot of detail. Some of the doors don't open. Suddenly, somebody steps in through the door, and all of a sudden, the bar comes alive in vivid, detailed color. All of you can suddenly see all of the details. You have different colors of hair, different colors of eyes. You suddenly become like fully realized and individual. The person goes around asking for work, hearing rumors from the barkeeper. They go around asking questions. You find yourself like vomiting up words to tell them, knowing exactly what you're supposed to say. As they leave, the resolution in the bar, whoop, drops back down. You all look around at each other and realize the main character of your game has just entered the bar to ask their questions, and now you must commiserate to, I don't know, kill him or something. I haven't come up with the end yet.
I would say follow him while he does his quest. If you stay with him, you get to stay a main part of the story.
I know, my first thought was you have to go kill him so that he stops being the main character. I don't know. That's what I got. All right, come on.
You're at the tavern. The party is slightly somber, but trying to be happy. As one goes, all right, one more and we go. This is your last hurrah before you go with the army to war. Your team is esteemed. You've been sought after by the king as like your own troop for the war. The barbarian rogue go, aye, one more. And as everyone downs it and finishes it. You see behind you crackling light bursting. Everyone turns and you see you look back and you see almost like a vision, a portal, something. As it clears, you see your cell, the party. Your cell's probably 4 or 5 years older, but no one looks good. The barbarian's arm is gone. The wizard's holding the dead rogue. The warrior goes, whatever you do, don't listen. Don't do it. Do it different. Do it different. Don't listen to the king. Follow the demon lord. And then it flickers out.
Love that.
You and the party are in a tavern, and you hear that there's a battle of the bards that's going to occur. The bards come out on stage and proceed to battle each other to the death, which is not allowed in the town itself. So guards bust in, they gather everybody up. You are brought to jail, and you're gonna have to find your way out because you all took part in this thing. Not only is it meeting in a tavern, it's meeting in a tavern and meeting in jail.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching 100 Taverns, 100 Shots. You said it couldn't be done. They said it couldn't be done. I have 8 fucking note cards full of tavern prompts that say otherwise. Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to use one, most, or any of these in your own home games. All you need to do is Venmo Spencer $50 every time. He will disseminate it to the rest of us. He's the CEO.
Good point from Nicole here. AI who? Who needs ChatGPT? We can make 100 ourselves.
We just did 100 instantly. It took a paltry hour and 42 minutes. It took essentially no time. Michael,
before we move on, Ethan, you said use one or any. I want to see the party that uses all. Every day they go to a different tavern with different
tavern starts a new adventure each time.
If you make a podcast based on this episode where you do 100 episodes and each episode you have to play through one of these ideas, I will subscribe to the Patreon, and that is a promise. As long as it's reasonable.
Crazy.
Don't make it like $20 or something stupid, but I will subscribe if you do
$20. I'll subscribe to that.
Thank you all so much for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Check out every minute of Spencer's labor of love. The fully edited podcast version of our stream, The Prince of Charming, tailored to perfection to meet any need you could have within reason. Spencer's been working forever. You can finally listen to the whole thing in a scant 13 hours and 45 minutes or so. Go give that a listen. Some of the episodes are a little longer. Some of them are a little shorter. You're going to ask yourself why. Because Spencer had to get down in there with the scissors, with the hammer and the tongs, and forge every technical issue into a story beat. He had to turn every microphone not turning on into a woven tapestry of tales. Yes. And in the not too distant future, you'll be able to catch shows that were made from the ground up to be recorded and edited with probably slightly more consistent length of episode and audio quality. Not to say, well, let's just say Spencer's not going to have to fucking work for 3 weeks every time he wants to make an episode this time, which I think we're all pretty excited by. So go listen to The Prince of Charming. Get ready to listen to new exciting stuff. And thank you all so much for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Stay foolish.